there, welcome to the channel. I'm Cindy Daychuck with Queen Bee Creations, and today we're going to be using this huge honkin' cutting board. Now, I love the size of this. This was a drop-off gift to me, so I am thrilled to be doing something with it. And I decided that what I will use, because I haven't really dug into any of the IOD, the new release for Christmas stuff, is the Clementine Transfer. But that's in the future, because we first have to deal with this sucker. So big, heavy, solid piece of wood, which is awesome, but it's looking old and it's looking tired. So the first thing that I need to do before we move on and do anything else is I have a lot of sanding to do. I need to get this nicely sanded, cleaned off. So I'm gonna go off and do that. I'm gonna be using my rotary sander. I'm gonna do, like an 80 grit and work my way up to 300 to get a nice smooth surface for this. But it's a bunch of sanding just to be able to get this. The back isn't bad. The top just needs some work. It's not gonna be hard. It's just gonna be messy and it's noisy and you don't need to listen to that. So I'll come back when that's done. This is how good the board looks now. So unsealed. The next step, the transfer is really like a slick surface, and I want to keep this kind of a natural look so that it's more of like a display piece for putting things on than super colorful or really stand out-ish kind of thing. I mean, I get we're putting transfers on and it'll have florals, but I'm not painting it a color. So before I put a top coat on it, I want to put some feet on it. Now, I went through my stash, and what I've decided that I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these round balls. They've already got a partial hole. The hole is bigger than anything I've got, any dowels. But I figure if I insert, this is the closest, if I can insert this in with my glue and insert it into the base, it will be infinitely stronger than if I just glue this on, right? These are gonna pop off. So what I have done is I have pre-drilled a hole to test. It's the size of my dowel. And I am going to drill just a little bit further down in here so that I have something more the size of this. And drill a hole in there. Cut these down to size. There's a saw in here somewhere. I'll find it. Cut these down to size. And then I will glue the dowel in here, glue the dowel on there, and then I'm going to top coat it all. So I'm just going to use a top coat from Fusion, some Ultra Guard from Fusion, just one coat to get kind of base sealed. So then when it's dry, I can apply my transfers. But that's all that's going to happen, is that I am going to, sorry, I liked that positioning. So I am just going to measure this out, kind of 1 1/4. Get this happening, get some wood glue out, get the feet on. Once I actually have the glue in there and the dowel in there, I just want to leave the glue enough to kind of settle a bit, but then I can flip it over and it can dry with this weight on top of it. So that won't be an issue, but I just want to get this happening, get the feet done, and then I can go from there. So I do have my holes drilled, and I'm just going to put a bit of glue. You don't want to overfill these, because when we put the dowels in, we don't want it pushing the glue up everywhere. So I'm just getting a little bit into the holes. I'm going to stick my dowels in. There we go. How big are you? Okay, and I am just going to, well, I thought I would with my hammer tap them in, but it's gone walkabout. So we've got the dowels in. Let me just clean them up a little before I get the rest in. And I don't think they're going anywhere. So with my feet, I want to put, again, a little bit of wood glue in there, but I don't want tons because ultimately I don't want it all pouring out. But here's where, because there's nothing that's going to leak out of those ones. I just want to check this one because I think it's going to be a little tall. So I need my deepest hole for that one. Is that going to be you? Yes. Yes, okay. So I'm just going to get enough in there that I can stick those on and turn it upside down so that if the glue is going to pool anywhere, it's going to pool toward the feet. And then we'll let it dry that way. And then I have cool feet on the bottom of my tray. I've got a coat of Ultra Guard on here in matte. You can see how it brought out the wood grain. This is lovely. Now it's time to begin creating a layout. Now, as you can see, these pages are too small, right? I mean, I could do that right in the middle, but to me, that's going to look a little weird. So we are going to be looking at piecing things together. And I don't want you to be afraid to do that. You don't have to use everything intact. It's got lots of options and lots of ways to be able to look at these things. Okay, not that. I'm not looking to have words. I do like this, but that's just not going to necessarily work. See, this has a lot of the same kind of greenery in it. If I started to extend this one out, right? Do you see what I'm saying with this? That if I fussy cut things, I can add branches and things here and there, perhaps, if I wanted to have this in the middle. Those two could work together, no problem. These start to become too heavy if I was using this, because, you know, I could put them down in the middle. I could cut out sections here and bring it in, but that's going to be a little awkward. This kind of works with some of the colors. See, this would work because of the berries, but not with more words. I wouldn't want more words. All right, I think that I am decided that I am going to go with this and cut apart this. So I'm going to be fussy cutting pieces and fitting them around. So I'm kind of eyeballing. But this is where we go. And again, we're going for the natural wood look underneath it as opposed to paint. But I have, well, centimeters here. 9. I'm hoping it's not sticking yet. Okay, so maybe about 8.5 there. All right, I'm committed. All right, I'm gonna get this one down and then we'll see about adding more in. This is how it looks. Look at how worn and faded this ends up looking when you're doing it directly onto just that wood. And I gotta tell you, I love that look. And I'm glad that I didn't go with painting the surface. Now, I had thought this would look out of place just like that. And I started cutting pieces to add, and I may do little pieces, but you know, like big pieces, you know, I don't think so. I think that I may do some little tendrils coming out, but you know, and there was a little butterfly, so I may have it kind of balancing off, but I think that this is okay, just as it is. I don't think that I necessarily need to, I don't think I need to have more. So, you know, when I did fussy cut it, one of the things that I did was I left this kind of intact. So this could still be an active piece. So I don't cut it apart with the idea of totally, you know, losing 100% of everything. But, you know, I may just do like, I don't mind this little tendril dangling down there. And that could be balanced off by that little butterfly. And that may be it. That may be all I do. I may have that guy popping out over there. And this is too big. This one. It just doesn't work. So maybe we just have a little bit of florals coming off there, but I don't want that little stick. And then that could be it. Just those pieces to just kind of give the image the impression of it extending out so it doesn't look so square. And I think I could be happy with that. So that's what I'm gonna try. And you see how you can add that in so it just looks like it belongs. And there was no difficulty in getting these transfers to be able to stick onto this wood board with that little bit of that UltraGuard top coat. It went very quick. I mean, you could see how little rubbing it took to be able to get this to adhere. I just want to make sure. I like lifting it up slowly to make sure that any little bit is adhered on there. And then I want to burnish it in, but see, like that just looks like that belonged. It just looks like it was part of it. So that's the idea when you go adding some of these, is just find a natural spot for it to look like it extends out naturally. And see, this one overlaps slightly, and that's okay. They can lay on top of one another just fine. So I'm just going to finish this off. I'm at the end of my work day here, so I'm going to get these last few, and then I'm going to top coat it again. I'm using a matte top coat, and I'm going to get these sealed in there so that they're all good, and come in tomorrow when it's all dry and we'll take a look together. And here's the back. I'll maybe put another coat of poly on this. It's got 2 coats already, but it seems to be pretty dry and everything. These are on super sturdy so that it sits nice and flat. It's a nice solid piece, but look how great this looks just on that natural wood. We've kind of made it a little bit wider by adding little pieces here and there, extending up, extending down. And I think that that ends up looking full enough. You don't always have to go edge to edge, which I'd originally planned on, but I think that this is busy enough. I didn't want it to be, I wanted it to be more subtle, and you can see how doing it on the natural wood just kind of makes that look subtle. But this is a lovely remake of a dump find. Nice solid piece of wood, needed some cleanup, but is in great shape. And I love kind of reclaiming things and making them over into something that's going to be infinitely usable. Those big knobs on the bottom, I think, are perfect for this. Gets that raised up and becomes something that can be on a sideboard and just is super decorative to do candles and raised pieces on. But I love it now. And that's using our new Clementine transfer from IOD. And it's just got a lot of cute florals in it. Hope this gives you some ideas on, one, being able to kind of reclaim pieces, either that you thrift, or if you're lucky enough to have a dump that has, you know, a section where people are leaving things that other people might want to have rather than just throwing away. And as well, ideas for cutting apart some of your transfers and using them in pieces rather than in totality. So as much as I used one page, I ended up adding to it in ways that kind of extended it out and made it more usable for this piece. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts and your comments as always, and looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Until then, take care.